Jurassic World Rebirth is the latest science fiction thriller to come out of the Jurassic Park franchise. It was written by David Koepp and directed by Gareth Edwards on a $180 million budget. It has already bitten off a very impressive $318 million off the global box office. It is by no means a new or groundbreaking take on the Jurassic formula, but it is a fun and inviting breath of life into the dinosaur flicks. Gareth Edwards brings his signature sense of scale and wonder to this movie that the last two really lacked. The cast made up of Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and Jonathan Bailey do a great job. And the story isn't groundbreaking or anything, but it's a nice backbone to hang visual effects and fun popcorn movie moments on. There's a little bit of bloat in the form of a vacationing family that gets roped into the action, but beyond that, it is pretty succinct. And finally, the T-Rex and the rest of the mutant dinosaurs are incredible, and I do wish we got to see more of them. There were a lot of dinosaurs in this movie, but they are relegated to their own sections. Anyway, I really liked it. I know it has problems, but it is better than a lot of other Jurassic sequels, and it won't be as fun on a small screen, so check it out if you can. Here is our full review from the Binge Warmers podcast. Welcome back to Binge Warmers. My name is Hopper, the Dino Stomper.
My name's Steven.
I like this movie, dude. I
enjoyed it.
Good.
I enjoyed it. You sent me the review from Rotten Tomatoes.
56%, I believe?
56%, 54 or 56, I think.
Yeah.
They've never been kind to the Jurassic Park movies. There's been a lot of stinkers in the Jurassic Park movies, but at the same time, at the end of the day, you know what you're going for, and that's to see big dinos eat people.
Not even dinos, like genetic monsters.
Yeah, there were some genetic freaks.
Freaks.
In this one, some muties, if you will.
Oh.
There you go.
I would say, you know, if without saying spoilers, I guess yet, I would say if you like dinosaurs, you're gonna like this movie. I think
Absolutely. If you like Scarlett Johansson,
Mahershala Ali does an amazing
phenomenal
job.
Dude.
Yeah, I think they're all really fun to watch.
He makes me want to wear a beret.
Honestly, like he pulls it off really good.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. I'd probably give it a 7 or 8. Just it's a popcorn fun movie. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Don't think about it too much. Go there, watch some dinos, chase some people.
Absolutely.
You get a T-Rex moment. You always get the T-Rex moment. You get this raft that's nigh on indestructible.
Indestructible. That's from the trailers too. Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Well, I don't think you see him biting it, but like if you see that raft in the trailers, it survives the whole.
It survives the whole movie. Okay.
It'll be here long after we're gone.
Yeah. It probably will, microplastics and everything.
Yeah, true.
No, but it's really fun. It's a good time, you know. If anyone's trying to tell you not to go watch it, they're probably losers.
I'm giving it like an 8. Like I thought it was fun.
You know what? An 8 and F1 is also an 8?
Yeah. No, I said F1 was a 7, I think.
So you could get F1 a 7?
I thought this was better than F1, yeah. I enjoyed this more than F1, to be honest with you.
Oh, you're crazy. I wouldn't say that far. I would probably put them around the same. There will be some spoilers, just heads up, but let's get into the review a little bit. Obviously, Scarlett Johansson is the main character of this film.
Sure, yeah.
She gets hired in to go get some samples from different massive dinos to help make this cure-all disease, heart disease cure, essentially. Yeah. You get the guy from Wicked. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. I just know he has amazing calves. I don't know if you remember that from all the promotions. And
Call him
stuff.
Henry Caffville.
Yeah, he's calved up. You don't see it in this. He's covered. But he's a scientist, but he's failing because no one wants to go see dinosaurs. Yeah. That part blows my mind. Let's talk about it for a second. I would go see a gator 100 times.
Sure.
An alligator looks sick. You know what I mean? A lizard, an alligator snapping turtle. Reptiles look sick. I would go to a reptile exhibit probably 3 to 4 times a year.
Sure.
If there was one close to us.
Absolutely.
You're telling me people got bored with dinosaurs?
Yeah. I bet they got to be pests because, like, you see one just like blocking traffic, and you're like, "Get this out of the road."
It was just when they were at the park, because even back in the day, they were like, "Oh, they want bigger, they want badder." I was like, I doubt it.
Well,
that part's not believable for me.
So we can talk about the timeline a little bit with that too, because Jurassic Park was like in '83, I think.
Yeah.
And so they all escaped from that park, and didn't open, and then Jurassic World opened. I guess 2, 3, whatever. Not really a big deal in the timeline things. Jurassic Park 3, you get the Jurassic World opening up, and I think that's sort of where we start experimenting with the crazy dinosaurs, like the D-Rex or the Indominus Rex or whatever. So we get all these kind of weird genetic mutations. Yes, and so this island that we're on is like the testing site for all the genetic stuff. So there is some dinosaurs, and they've all like kind of migrated there anyway because it's too cold and there's not enough oxygen in the air. Otherwise, it's got to be like right at the equator line, which I kind of liked.
I enjoyed that,
but I just hate that every Jurassic Park movie is like, except for I guess the last one that had come out, Dominion.
Yeah,
but no one liked that. I didn't like it either. But you should like this video. Hi, I'm Hopper from editing, and I'm here to remind you that this video is only one part of a full podcast. If you like dinosaurs, you might like dragons. Check out our How to Train Your Dragon review Spoiler alert, I didn't like it. Steven liked it a lot. Okay, let's get you back to the video. Every movie is like, oh, I'm a rich, greedy business guy.
It's always the same plot.
Yeah, I'm a rich, greedy business guy, and I'm hiring this like team of really capable people to go do a thing for me.
Rough and tumble, down on their luck.
Yeah, right. Like you need the money because like otherwise you wouldn't be going to this like
Yeah.
horrible like this 98% chance of death island. You know what I mean?
That's why they were doing that at the beginning with Mahershala Ali and Scarlett Johansson talking about their woes.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't care. I'm sorry. It's not enough because we're never going to talk about this again.
Yeah.
Duncan at one point does. Mahershala Ali's character is named Duncan. He gets onto the family we find later on because there's always a family dynamic. I always get mad.
There's always like a little kid involved
yes,
somehow. Yeah.
dude. And honest, I'm so sick of the screaming. It just grates on my ears. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. But
Well, this one was silent for a lot of it. She was like traumatized by her friends.
I'm glad,
dying.
honestly. But Duncan, Mahershala Ali's character Duncan lost his kid. Like they don't say how, but he died.
Yeah.
So he's like judging the dad, like, why are your kids out here? What are you pulling your kids out? And Scarlett Johansson's so over the top. I was like, Duncan, it's not about that, and you know it. So don't keep bringing it up. And I'm like, brother, it doesn't have to be that heavy-handed. I'm not asking for English teacher levels of subtlety, but come on, you're throwing it in our face a little bit, you know.
What would you rank this out of like the rest of the movies? Where do you?
I think
put
it
this?
stands probably right under Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Is probably my favorite.
So
third
number 3
favorite,
out of all,
probably,
which
yeah.
is not really a high bar, is it?
I mean, I don't think we'll ever see the end of Jurassic Park. It's just too much of a moneymaker.
This movie, just from buying tickets today, I could tell you it's going to make like up over $1 billion.
You have your side characters that don't really get much. Like one of them, I don't even think was named, and they all died. We got some really cool dinosaurs. We also, for the first time in Jurassic Park history, don't have Velociraptor scene.
They
Thank
show up
goodness.
once while the guy's peeing, and they like get eaten by the genetic turkey dinosaur things.
Yeah, which is actually a mutation of the Velociraptor.
I feel like they always put Velociraptor in everything. Like in the
Yeah.
Indorex, he could like
That's
talk
what
to
I'm
the
saying,
the
dude.
Velociraptors,
Mhm.
the Indominus Raptor, Indoraptor.
So we get the main characters, and then we get a second set of main characters, and I'm like, look, most of these people are going to die. Why are we bloating the cast?
It's
up?
like your A story is like the Scarlett Johansson stuff where they're finding the specimens, and then the B story is the family just trying to survive and get to the place.
And I don't think we needed it. I think it was a little bit of a bloated cast, in my opinion.
It was also like a pretty long movie.
It was a
Felt
long
kinda
movie,
long,
especially for this kind of movie. I don't
Yeah.
think it needed to be this long.
Yeah.
You know, several scenes went way too long. Like when the family found the raft, and the whole T-Rex scene just drug on,
but
dude.
like that was a really fun scene.
It was fun, but like the whole time she's getting the boat, I'm like, okay, can we keep it moving, please? Can
But there
we
was
wake
like
up
real
already?
suspense. The dinosaur was just like, ooh, some dinner.
I love
Just
it.
like kind of trumps over there.
I was like mouthing to Des. I was like, he's like, oh, new neighbors, hi. You know? But these kids were more bearable than kids we get in other movies like this.
Yeah.
And I get it. It helps ground like older people who have kids, you know, because they can be put in those positions. You know, of like, what if my kids? You know, it's a.
Also, too, kids go and see these movies. Like they're not R-rated movies.
We saw some kids in there today, like 5-year-olds with light up sneakers running around the movie theater.
10 o'clock at night. Get your kids in bed. What are you doing?
This is why we go to the 21 and up, dog.
I guess you're right.
But
pay extra like $15 or whatever.
You know, it's worth it. But anyway, so I don't like the secondary cast. Not that they weren't good. It's just they weren't necessary for the overall plot.
It felt a little fluffy.
Yes.
Like that. If you're going to cut some fat, that's probably your fat
That's
to
so
cut.
much fat to cut.
Yeah.
It cuts maybe 30 minutes off the entire film.
I liked. I told you it was more like a boss battle movie.
Yes,
'Cause, like the
dude.
first Jurassic Park, it's mainly about the Velociraptors toward the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Velociraptor aspect is like 1/5 of the dinosaur presence. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And by that I mean the turkeys.
Yeah.
You get like right off the bat, there's the mosasaur, and that's pretty fun.
I love Mosasaurus.
It's almost like Jaws, like they're trying to
Yeah.
hang off the boat and like get a good shot
that
on it.
was a
kind of
long
thing.
scene too when the
It was a
family was
little
getting
long.
tipped over with it, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, here we go.
Also, it was like, why didn't it just eat them while they, you know, it was right there. They had them like cornered on top of a boat.
Well, I think because they talk about it too in the movie. The Mosasaur didn't even care about the people in the boat. He thought the boat itself was an animal and needed to tip over.
But then I guess he sees Scarlett Johansson. They make a point of him like looking up and seeing Scarlett Johansson.
that was a
hanging
terrifying
off.
shot.
Pretty crazy. And
Yeah.
then it like snaps at her a couple times and almost gets her.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Another thing too for me is we know Scarlett Johansson. She's Black Widow.
Yeah.
Great supporting role in the Avengers movies. You know, supporting two main character kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think in this kind of action movie she could pull the leader as well. I was hoping she could because they said Scarlett Johansson. I said, okay, you know,
Yeah.
I can believe that. But then, especially in the first like hour of the movie when she's trying to be like top dog, all that kind of stuff, it wasn't selling for me. It was kind of falling flat for me.
I kind of rationalized it as like she's like a Black Widow kid. Like she is special ops. She's like
Yeah.
small and sneaky. Like she can kind of get in places. Even though like that doesn't matter for like the dinosaur because there's no people on the island anyway.
Well,
so.
it just made me mad too because which we talked about this as well. But the doctor was like, "No, I'll shoot the thing at the mosasaur," and Mahershala Ali kind of starts laughing, and the doctor walks up to the edge of the boat, and Scarlett Johansson goes, "Hey, buddy," and like puts her hand on his shoulder, and he's like, "You feel that spray? You see the tipping of the boat, and you know all this other the whole thing came off as just very dickish, you know, cocky, and then." She can't even back it up because she misses the first shot. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you can't say that much. You can't talk that much crap and then miss, you know? Yeah. But by the middle to the end, she kind of chilled out with that, like, bravado.
She just kind of, there's like this kind of playfulishness to her character.
Yeah.
Like, that probably shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
The guy, you know, the main, the other... There's like three main people, which I appreciate. You know, the doctor's like, I would say he's like the other lead. Mm-hmm. Mahershala kind of takes a back seat.
Yeah, but if they weren't there, he would be the lead.
Yeah.
So, anyway, side character.
They're hanging off a cliff, like trying to get the bird's eggs, like the massive bird's eggs. And she's like, oh, yeah, just like at the gym, right? Like they're kind of flirty and like fun. I'm like, how many of your friends have just died? And you're just having this like funny time.
That's the thing, too, because Mahershala Ali brings that up. You know, he's like, nothing's changed. He goes, I have 3 dead comrades. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everything's changed.
Who's going to drive my boat now?
Yeah.
I got to do it, you know?
That was the girl who died. They were trying to see distance between the mosasaur because they had to be 10 meters out. And he goes, get up there. We need your eyes. And she climbs up there, eyeballs it. 15 meters. 12 meters. And I'm like, how do you know this?
That's way better than me. I couldn't tell you a mile from a kilometer.
She couldn't see the Spinosaurus that ate her in the back. I'll tell you that much.
Dude, I love Spinosaurus.
They look creepy.
I guess they are amphibious. There's been a lot of like scientific discovery about the Spinosaurus since like the third movie come out. Because the third movie, like it like destroys the T-Rex and it's like this big, you know, main character energy.
Dude, yeah.
That's like the running thread in that movie, the Spinosaurus. And this, it's like they're just kind of on the water, like circling, like helping the mosasaur fight, kind of picking off the little smaller, you know.
Yeah, so they can get the food and stuff.
Yeah.
Symbiotic relationship, they call it. And it's so interesting to think about like what we could learn from dinosaurs as a species because a lot of what we say, and I'm not down trading science, but I'm saying like a lot of that is just really good guesses, you know, because they're all dead, you know. Oh, based on this and this, they were herd animals and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I just to me, it really like piques my imagination to like put myself in the movie and be like, I would be like the scientist. I want to learn all about like their animalistic like tendencies and stuff. That sounds so sick, you know?
His whole motivation for coming was just to see dinosaurs in their natural habitat.
Yes. Oh, the Titanosaurus, dude.
That was maybe one of the better scenes because it kind of mirrors that Brontosaurus scene in the. I guess they were Brontosauruses, right? In the first one?
Yeah, those are Brontosaurus.
The like turn your head and the music swells and stuff. The music was really good.
Really good.
They
played that tune in like 4 different ways.
Yeah, they played the kind of intro when they're like flying in to see Mahershala Ali's character, and then they do that, and then that. But like they don't really linger on that too much. Like the Star Wars stuff, I feel like will linger on the past stuff forever. Like that's your full score. Like you can't get away without doing like the Imperial March or like the the main theme or whatever.
Another complaint I have with the movie, and it's that whole smart people doing dumb things. Yeah. At the beginning of the movie, we see like a couple of years in the past, maybe like 20 years or something. We're clocking it around right before Jurassic World opens because R&D was used for Jurassic World. It's smart people doing dumb things. This guy is going into a sealed container environment with another scientist. He has a Snickers wrapper in his mouth, and then he drops it, and it stays on the ground. People walk by that Snickers wrapper, and no one picks it up and says, hey, this is a controlled environment. What are you doing? You're literally in a suit, and you're carrying a Snickers wrapper.
I wouldn't have noticed it.
It shouldn't be there, you know, because for anyone who's wondering why I'm so mad about it, the Snickers wrapper gets caught in some electrical stuff, short circuits everything, and the gates open, and, you know, all hell breaks loose, essentially. Speaking of that, what did you think of the big bad at the end?
I liked him a lot. I thought it was a very good design. It was sort of mutated while also keeping dinosaur. It had like a beluga whale forehead. I just wanted to kind of play with it like Play-Doh, like the slime kind of goop videos, you know what I mean? That part to me just looked a little too alien. Dez was saying that too, for me. But other than that, I thought the 4 arms, the really tiny ones, and the big ones, you know, he was walking and stuff. The beady eyes, you know, they were so tiny. Oh my God, it was so cool. Loved it. I think, they kind of said, oh, it's attracted to light, so that's kind of how they get away from them. Mahershala Ali like sacrifices himself, we think, and he ends up being okay at the end. But I thought he was great. I thought the turkey things were great. I thought all the genetic, mutations were cool. I just like, I think I like interesting new designs. And with dinosaurs, I love dinosaurs, obviously, but like you've seen them a bunch, you know? So it's cool to get some variety in there.
Yeah, there was a good joke where the guy was like, "Why didn't you euthanize him?" I was like, "It's $74 billion. You know, like what would you do? Euthanize it and explain that to your bank, or let him loose and say it's just a continuous R&D?" And he goes, "You're talking numbers with dinosaurs right now? You're trying to finance a dinosaur right now, dude?"
Yeah, that's so funny because and I guess the doctor does kind of lead into that a little bit about how. The animals are not really taken care of, or they're not thought of. He's like, it's inhumane to do all this stuff to them, to make all these genetic experiments and just leave them and stuff. But they're not supposed to be here anyway, are they?
It one of the biggest ethical questions you could ever ask is, do you have humane rights for extinct animals that you brought back? You know what I mean? Like, how does it? And then by the time you start these laws and stuff, 30 years have passed, and these dinosaurs are dying out by themselves.
Yeah.
So.
But question. One human killed by a resuscitated race is a resuscitated species is too much. You know what I mean? They should never they should never be killing anyone, especially in the first movie in the Jurassic World 2, it's all about entertainment. So there's that meta commentary on it, but here it's y'all just ran up in here trying to get some pharmaceutical information. I guess that's the larger kind of story beat or character moment. I guess for Scarlett Johansson's character is she just wants the money to get out because I guess one of her friends died, and so her mom's.
She missed the death of her mom, and the funeral of her mom.
So she's ready to just get all the money she can from the pharmaceutical guys and just leave and be done. Which you can't blame her, really. That won't
absolutely.
Work. The guy's basically telling her, he's like, "Oh, we could give this to the public, open source, and have it free for everybody." I mean, yes, but it'll get done quicker with a company, won't it? I mean,
yeah, but like you said, how expensive is it going to be?
Probably super expensive. Yeah.
And what
insurance won't cover it for whatever. Yeah.
But what the flaw for that plan for me is, I'm with it. Obviously, I'm a good guy, but they just needed those last 3 ingredients. But the pharmaceutical company already has the entire genome medicine thing set up. No one else has any of it. It's all, covered. How are they going to... these 3 ingredients. We don't know the rest of it, but it can cure heart failure. So, get to work.
I guess if you put enough people on it, if you just make it open source, then you can get a bunch of different, independent people to work.
True. Either way, it's good on them for doing that. It sucks that they're going to be broke, and the guy lost his boat, so they really have no money now. So
it was a good character arc for the main lady.
Yeah. I love it, too. The second I saw the guy in the car recruiting Scarlett Johansson, I was like, he's dying.
Yeah. He's our scummy, I was like, why does he even have to go? He didn't even need to be there.
I don't know why. It would protect the asset, I guess.
I guess. But, bro, you were was he the CEO?
That's the problem. No, he was just a go-between man.
I would even say the doctor guy didn't even need to be there. He's like, oh, yeah, I need to identify and correct the behaviors.
Yeah. Just show a picture.
Just look at a picture.
Yeah. There's a bunch of pictures.
Yeah. You can't miss them, actually.
Yeah, they're huge. The whole reason you're going after them is they are big.
They're the biggest guys on the island,
Yeah, so it was just adding them as a character. But
yeah. And it was good. I think it was not super forced or anything.
No.
It's always funny in the first 10 to 20 minutes. It's we're getting the characters and we're going to the island.
Yeah.
It's
always the island.
Get off the island.
But it's always a different island. Oh, not that island. We're going to this island. How many islands you put dinosaurs on, man?
That's pretty much all I got to say.
Yeah.
It's a really good, fun dinosaur movie. I guess I'd put it below Jurassic World, even though I think it's almost neck and neck for me.
I just love the spectacle of Jurassic World, and I think the main cast I like more with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, I guess I agree. I think the wonder is back in this, if that's if that makes sense. The wonder, the scariness is back. I feel like Gareth Edwards, he did Rogue One and he did Godzilla. All these movies that really make you feel small.
No, it was a great movie, guys. Don't go in there expecting anything deep. If you like I said, if you like dinosaurs, you want to see dinosaurs eat people, go watch the movie. It's fun. It's just a popcorn movie. If you're trying to get anything deeper, it's not for you.
It's very pretty too.
Oh yeah, the colors are very vibrant.
Colors. There's all this. Not the D-Rex kept having this red theme to them. When the doors were closing in the beginning, there was kind of red light behind. I think that's in the trailers.
God, that was so terrifying too. Imagine being that woman.
Yeah, dude.
She just. I'm sorry.
I
can't.
So
sorry.
This beluga whale's gonna eat everybody if I let him out.
Damn, dude.
And he was he was kind of creepy, man, because he had these big hands and he was kind of slow. He was just kind of
curious.
He kind of brushed up against the guy at first, and then he's like, "Oh, because he has opposable thumbs."
We said I think he was more blind.
Oh yeah, his small eyeballs. Yeah.
Or he's been in captivity the whole time. His food looks completely different. So when he grabbed it, he was like, this could be a little tasty.
Very interesting character.
Peanut butter flavored with that Snickers in him.
They didn't kill him. He could come back.
They did kill him. Oh, the dino.
T-Rex.
I was going to
No,
say,
yeah,
I thought the guy from the beginning did die.
Oh yeah, he's dead. he's feces by now.
I was like, Hopper, I don't know how to break this to you. That
Why
man
would
is
I
not
care if he
alive.
came back?
I don't know, but I didn't want to burst your bubble.
Yeah, but like the end scene, there's like the flare, and that kind of illuminates him in red. It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the noti. Thank you for our members of the channel. They will be Glavin and Gavin. Thank you guys so much.
We do trailer reactions. We do unedited, unfiltered, uncensored versions of the podcast.
But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.